Hello, I'm Rob Constantine, and this is Paranormal Record. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Welcome back, welcome back. Today's episode, we are going to talk to my cousin, Melissa Rowell, and one of my favorite people ever. She's amazing. Another one of my family members that has a little bit of the touch of the gift, a little bit. She also, like my Aunt Louisa, has a little bit of whatever that is, and it makes her a little more sensitive to certain things, premonitions, certain dreams, certain feelings. We're going to talk about all that today. Hang out with us right here at Paranormal Record, folks. Thank you so much for listening. If you have a story you want to tell, a story you want to share, if you yourself experienced something paranormal and you'd like to talk to us, the Paranormal Nation, about it, write into the show at paranormalrecordpodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's paranormalrecordpodcast@gmail.com. And tell me about it, and I'll call you back and we can set up an interview. That would be really great. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. We have a lot of views, a lot of listens, and that's awesome. I'm so glad to have all of you here, and I hope to keep making this show. I do really enjoy it. So thank you guys for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy it. Here she is. Here's my cousin. Here's Melissa.
Hey everybody, Melissa. This is my cousin. I love her so much. I'm so excited to do family episodes and share my family with the paranormal nation out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my cousin Melissa Rowell, one of my favorite people ever. And we grew up in a house that believed in ghosts.
Yeah.
We were told our families are from Savannah and South Carolina,
Right.
and there are lots of ghosts, lots of local legends, lots of all kinds of things. And our family was very like, yep, there's God, there's church, and then there's ghosts.
Right. And I would say that I think we had a lot of grandparents, uncles, fathers, cousins that were older who
Yep.
loved to tease us. And loved to tell you a ghost story.
To cast a dim light on the living room and be like, well, let me tell you something.
Right.
There was this one time, so many beach house adventures, and
Yes.
then you want kids to go to bed, but you might tell them a story or two, and these stories are very interesting and passed down.
They are, and some of them keep you awake a little bit. You don't go to sleep, and you're watching, waiting for that
Maybe it'll show up.
horseman to come down the lane at night and wake you up.
Yes, but this isn't about the beach house.
No.
Right, this is about something that happened to me, or this is something that happened to your grandmother, or whatever. Right,
Right.
Like, they always tell us something about
Oh yeah.
Do you remember any of those stories, or do you remember?
I do a little bit. I mean, there was Alice in Georgetown County who was a back in the early 19th century, had a forbidden love that was her brother's friend, and I believe they went to the Citadel. Don't quote me on that.
Oh wow.
The brother and the friend, and came home to visit, and the friend fell in love with Alice, and the family forbid it, and took the ring he gave her and threw it in the ocean.
Golly.
And she died of a broken heart when she probably died of something else, but.
I mean, everybody died at 30 back then. Yeah.
Right. Everybody said she died of a broken heart, and her she has a slate tombstone. That's 3 foot by 5 foot, and it's in All Saints Cemetery in Pawleys Island. And
You've seen it?
yes,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, I saw it this weekend when I was there.
Oh
and
wow.
it's one of those. This is the most, I think, prevalent ghost story of like Georgetown County, other than the Gray Man.
Oh, Gray Man of Polly's Island, folks. Look that up. And we might do a whole episode on that one day, but very famous.
Very famous. But Alice,
ghost.
There was a superstition that if you went to her grave at dark on a full moon, and you went counterclockwise backwards 3 times, and then laid down on her grave, she would take you in. Which,
dude, what?
Why would you want to do that?
People passed out on that gravestone.
Correct.
Hyperventilating.
Correct.
Waiting for her to come and take them. Why would you do that? Why would you just lay there?
Who knows?
Oh, hell no.
But there are trinkets and rings and necklaces and little things that people leave as like gifts and tokens to her. And there's a well-worn path around this grave.
That's cool. That's real.
That's real. And whether it's from people walking it or whether it's from her spirit,
I love that.
it's there. But that's the oldest cemetery in Georgetown County. I think it's the oldest cemetery in Polly's Island. I can tell you that. And I believe it was like.
And Georgetown isn't one of the original colonies, right? That's that Georgetown. That's that Georgetown, isn't it? I think so.
It might be, but Georgetown County, South Carolina.
Yeah.
But it's a neat place, and it's a neat cemetery for sure.
I'm talking out of school. I don't know if Georgetown is one of the original settlements, but I remember. Oh wow! Well, I remember Georgetown being in Savannah being like settlements, right?
Well,
at one time, right?
I don't know. I would call it a settlement. It is the oldest oceanside town. Because it's where people, and this is the crazy thing, it's where people used to go and escape from the mosquitoes and malaria. But you think, why?
Why would you go to South Carolina to escape mosquitoes?
Because it's full of mosquitoes.
Look, South Carolina, the state bird of South Carolina is a mosquito.
Basically.
Those mosquitoes there have mass. They feel like moths.
Yeah, they're big.
They're the worst.
They're big. But, I guess with the ocean breeze, it maybe kept them at bay a little bit more. Who knows?
That is lies.
But yeah, our families grew up telling us these stories.
Absolutely.
And so you did believe in them. You did believe in ghosts. And I had, a couple of experiences that happened when I was a kid. And one when I was in college that I couldn't explain other than to say it was a ghost. And I lived in a 100-year-old farmhouse at my school that was a fraternity house before it was a sorority house, and there was a young man who hung himself in the attic. Ugh. And we all knew that the spirit that kind of haunted the house was this guy who hung himself.
Yeah.
And everybody would kind of talk to him here and there, and he really, unless he didn't like you, he left you alone. But if he didn't like you, your pictures would come off the wall.
Wow.
And fall on the floor in front of you. And, you're talking about a 100-year-old farmhouse. It's plaster work. It's not drywall.
Right.
So the nails are pretty well in, and there's no reason these pictures are falling off the wall other than something's making them.
Something took them off the wall.
Right. And one night when I was probably 20, I was there alone. Nobody else was in the house, and I lived in the turret room. Do you know what a turret is?
Sure.
Okay. So big round room, and it had a closet in the corner, but the closet was a deep corner closet, and the door was shut, and I had a basket of dirty laundry on the floor of the closet, and all of a sudden the door flung open, and the laundry flew out, and the basket flew out all into the middle of the room. And there was no explanation.
That is quite
whatsoever.
That is quite a thing to happen. That is not just something falling off a shelf.
No.
Or that is something through it. Open the closet door
and
threw out the basket, threw out the clothes.
Obviously, it was like
good
your
Lord.
Shoulders, right?
Good Lord.
So I never experienced anything like that. Just like in passing little things.
This is my closet.
Right.
Okay, like, you know what? You can have it. It's fine.
You can have the closet.
You can have the closet, bro.
Right. So I got up and immediately left because I didn't know what else.
This is in the middle of the day too, right?
No, this was at like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
It was late.
You were by yourself?
But I was by myself. Nobody was there. I think I was studying for something. And surprisingly. And anyway,
Especially my freshman year.
exactly. I think this was my sophomore year. And
The party's on Tuesday night,
Anyway.
Monday night. Like what? Why is there a party tonight?
Right.
All right, I'll go.
this is why we did so well.
Yeah.
So I left because I didn't know what else to do, and I was like, was that friendly?
Yeah.
Was that not friendly? I'm not real sure, but I don't want to be the only one here.
That's definitely an event.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to respond to it. So I just left.
That's fine.
And nothing else ever happened there after that.
Did you sleep in that room that night, or did you
I
take
did.
Oh, you did?
I did, but other people were there at that point.
You brought other people in.
Oh yeah, other people came back too. I was like, I'm not doing this alone. Not doing this.
Did you leave the lights on?
No,
Yeah.
no.
You were like, all right. Did you ever try to make peace with it?
I think I did in that moment. Like it was sort of like, maybe it was like you wanted the house to yourself. Okay, I'll leave. It was kind of like,
Okay.
to me, that's sort of how I felt. And I was like, and when I went back, I was like, okay, we're good. This is better.
You didn't hear anything?
Nothing.
Nothing spoke or anything?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you were just there studying, and then boom.
Done.
The door opened and the shit flew out.
Yeah. No other way to.
Is there a handle on the door? Did it turn?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
shit.
a handle on the door, but
Oh,
I
shit.
don't remember seeing it turn. I just remember the door flying.
It definitely
open.
came unclasped, though,
Apparently.
inside the mechanism.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Remember those old kind of like crystal doorknobs in the old houses? It
Yeah,
was
I do.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, that's an old door.
That's an old door.
With
It's
that
a very old door.
That brass inlay
Yes.
or whatever, yeah. Yeah, but that also, those old doors shut pretty good.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. So that was real weird. But that was like my
Wild.
first big experience.
I mean, and nothing, dude, it came flying out of there. It wasn't like the basket leaned on the door and pushed the door open and then
No.
slowly. It was fast and quick and it
No.
flew out.
We're talking like 7 or 8 feet into the room.
It was
like we're not talking about like a foot or two.
dude, it was tossed.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was nothing else in the closet.
Oh hell no.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It launched.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it on the floor when it
was
launched?
on the floor.
So it launched up.
Yeah.
Dude, someone threw that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
That is an event.
It was, and it was literally the only time anything that extreme has ever happened.
Okay.
And also maybe the most threatening of things.
I would have made guttural noises. I don't know what I would have done.
I shut my book and I got down and I left. I just was like, and I was on the top bunk. I had to quickly make my way out of that room. But I thought, I'm not staying here any longer right now. You obviously need me to leave, so I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna
let you have your time.
Go
to
ahead
yourself.
and you enjoy this room by yourself.
Exactly.
I am no longer going to be in it. Speaking of just experiencing things when studying, I don't know why. It wasn't paranormal. It was just really weird, like a book, like a story book or like a movie, like ridiculous. I was studying. This is Middle Georgia College. Where's my bell? Ding ding. Middle Georgia agricultural school, but I got a scholarship there, and my mom was like, "Huh, great," and just sent me to this school. I don't know, whatever. I did not do well. Anyway, one of the classes was first aid, and I was reading the first aid, and it had a whole chapter on insects, arachnids, snakes, just things that you could get bitten by.
Right.
And I'm reading, and paper wasps and hornets, and I'm like, all right, dirt daubers do not sting, bumblebees do not sting. Huh, all right, weird. Okay, I thought that was right. Okay, cool. Get to spiders. All right, now all the spiders are in Georgia. We have them all.
Everything.
We have everything here. I'm reading about it, and I'm trying to figure out what a brown recluse looks like. So in case I ever see one, I can know. They got fiddlebacks. Now
Right.
that means that the spider, the thorax of the insect is arachnid. I forgot. Insect. Spiders are arachnids, not insects. Thank you, biologist. And what did that? I used to know the insect. A scientist. I can't remember the word. All right. Anyway, fiddleback. So they have this thorax that has like a little kind of a tiny waist in the middle, and they look like fiddles, but little brown fiddles that can bite you and really mess you up.
Right.
And as I'm reading, big brown recluse crawls across the page.
Stop.
And I shut it in the book. Killed it. And then took a picture, which did not come out, by
Did
the
you
way.
take it to class and show your professor?
I just told the story, and everybody did not. I saw in their eyes they did not believe me, but it did happen. And first of all, when it was crawling, I was like, "That's it. That's the thing." It crawled past its own picture.
Whoa.
It was so weird.
Very
And
weird.
the book was one of those big paperback textbooks, not very big, but I smashed it. I smooshed her. She did. It doesn't need to be in my. It doesn't need to be in my dorm room.
No.
It has to die.
Right. Yeah. You don't need it by
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Because I don't know. All those dorm rooms sit empty for summer.
Right.
And it was the fall, so I guess that was about
Georgia,
right.
'cause we
And
have
it's
everything.
and it's Georgia. Third floor, fourth floor. I was up atop.
Wow.
That was really strange. Not paranormal, but really cool.
Yeah, that is really neat. Sometimes it's hard to explain some of these things that happen, and whether it's paranormal or not.
Right.
When I don't know that you know this story, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway.
Please.
And this is not one I share with many people, which I'm sharing it with all of you now.
The Paranormal Nation is listening. We're here for you.
Listen, so I met my husband in Savannah.
I've heard the story, bits and pieces. I haven't heard the whole.
Okay.
I need to hear the whole thing.
Okay, so
Also, Dave, you rock. We love you.
I met my husband of 20 years in Savannah during St. Patrick's Day weekend.
20 years, 4 kids. What?
Yeah. We kind of stumbled into meeting one another. We both had friends with us that were from New Jersey, and if you know anybody from New Jersey,
Freaking love Jersey.
I
love Jersey people.
When they find each other outside of New Jersey,
It's true.
It's a very big connection.
There was a serious contention of people, the Jersey people, at school at SCAT.
Oh yeah.
There was Jersey, the Jersey people.
It's like
Yeah.
It's a big community that is very
Yes.
tight knit. So we each were with friends that were from New Jersey. One said, "Excuse me," the other one heard it. They made a connection. They started talking, and my husband and I were being good wingmen and letting our friends get to know each other or connect or figure out where they were from and make all those connections. And they hit it off and had a fabulous weekend. And my husband and I played wingmen the entire time, and I kept making him put up with me because I didn't want to be alone. And I was like, well, your friend is with my friend, so you have to deal with me. And we were sitting in the courtyard of the Courtyard Marriott at maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was getting so frustrated with him because he couldn't remember my name.
On River Street, Courtyard Marriott.
Yep.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Could not remember my name. Could not. It was just, and I'm sitting there going, this guy's a fool, and he was a Marine. And was stationed about an hour and a half away from where I went to school. And he said, "Oh, we should date until September." Mind you, this is March.
I mean, he was soaked in it at the time. He was fully Marine.
Oh, he was.
Just living the life.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, you have no choice.
No. I think he was in his third year at that point.
It's eat, sleep, and breathe when you're a Marine, especially Paris Island. Oh my God.
So that's where he did boot camp.
Yeah.
He was stationed at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're sitting there and I'm going, God, this guy's such a fool. He can't even remember my name.
He's so great.
He's ridiculous. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I've never heard this voice again, and I don't know whose voice it was. It wasn't my subconscious, but I heard a voice in my head go, "You're going to marry him."
What the what?
And I went, "You're crazy. This guy can't even remember my name. He can't, he's over here telling me we should date until September. Who puts a stop date on a beginning of a relationship? Like you don't start out going, yeah, we'll date for 3 months. Who does that? So I'm sitting there thinking this guy is such a fool.
Something like that.
And here I am, and his voice literally goes, "You're going to marry him." And I went, "You're kidding. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to marry this guy."
It was not the voice of Jose Cuervo?
No.
Okay.
No, I was not drunk.
Okay.
I mean, I was well sober by that point, and frustrated because I couldn't remember my name.
Right.
But it was just, it was comical. And that was like my second, big, I can't explain this.
Has this voice ever?
Never again.
What did it sound like? Somebody you knew, or
Absolutely
just
not.
absolutely not?
Absolutely not. I have no
What
idea
in the
whose
world?
voice this is. And the only thing I can
Aw,
attribute it to
I love that so much.
is, the Holy Spirit or an ancestor or
Guardian angel.
a guardian angel.
Yeah.
Or, call it what you want, call it what you will. But it was someone's
Your Patronus.
someone intervening to say, don't give up.
You don't just keep talking.
Your destiny.
Just keep talking to him.
But you don't know it yet. And I fought it every step of the way. He fought it every step of the way. It was hysterical. We both kept giving each other silver platter excuses to get out of the relationship. And here we are 20 years later. It's just the craziest thing.
I love that.
Yeah, it's wild. I don't tell many people that because most people look at you and go,
great story.
You heard a voice? And that's why you decided to stick it with this guy who couldn't remember your name?
It's true love. It's magical. It has magical powers.
It took a while to get to there. But
also, you guys are so much fun together, and then I love you both separately, but like I love it when you're together. There's this thing. It's engaging. It's electric. It's really fun to be a part of.
It's crazy too because we're both the oldest. We're both very type A. We're both Aries. Everything about us would say we should not work, but we do in a very weird way.
You should. Well, you can't hear him talk about you to me, but it's he loves you very much.
I know.
It's so
I'm
sweet.
lucky.
It's
I'm glad I listened to that voice.
It's so sweet,
Whoever,
and he'll just be
whatever
like, right, but you can hear it.
Oh, I know.
And he she's gonna call me, or Melissa's gonna call me and tell me he's excited about you calling.
Yeah.
And it's been 20 years.
I know.
But he loves you so much.
Yeah.
It's so great.
I know.
I can speak. I can speak firsthand in this. I've witnessed this, but that's good stuff, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna marry this guy. What is this? A Muppet sketch? Like what is happening?
It was so crazy.
You're gonna marry this guy, and then the Charlotte starts singing la 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 la.
It was so bizarre.
Like, you girls sit down.
Well, the funniest thing was me arguing with this voice in my head. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, who are you?
That was your subconscious talking back.
My subconscious was talking back, and it never got a response.
Also, who are you in my head?
Exactly.
What's going on?
Right.
How dare you?
Right. Have I been drugged?
Taking all this time and not said anything. Now you're going to say something? And who are you?
Yeah. It was wild. Yeah. That one doesn't get shared often.
Where were you when I got seafood poisoning? Where were you?
Most people look at you like you're nuts.
Put that oyster down.
Right.
Oh shit. I would. That's. I still eat oysters. I got so sick once, but I wish somebody showed up. Oh no, you need to throw that away.
Don't eat that one. That's a bad one.
Don't eat that one. No. Well, there's a voice that tells me it's 5 a.m. You probably need to stop playing that Indiana Jones game and go to bed because you got to get up tomorrow. Remember?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, and I think we all have, your subconscious voice, right? And
right.
You have your intuition voice, and this was just not that. It was something completely different.
Dude, whoa! It broke into your feed. It was like,
yeah, correct.
Right.
Correct. Like somebody was on my frequency all of a sudden. That wasn't supposed to be.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I feel like everything's on an energy, right?
I think so.
Right. And I wonder what that cost that energy to do that.
I don't even know what would categorize this as. I mean, this is a new phenomenon to me. I don't know.
Well, and I feel like,
but that guardian angel or that voice in your head.
Breaking through to get your attention.
But a voice.
That extreme, you would think that, I don't know, I would feel like there would have to be a cost associated with that. Like, what did that cost that energy to be able to do that? And I mean, I think it.
What if you figure it out one day and you realize who it is one day? Maybe it comes back to you. And you know who it was. Pastor living. I don't know.
I can tell you it's male.
Oh, it was a guy.
And I can tell you it's a voice I've never heard.
That is definitely breaking into your feed because my subconscious has one voice. It's mine, right? Like it's not, right?
No, it was definitely, it was not mine. It was nothing for me. And it was something I'd never heard before. And I'm good about voices. Like I can hear people on the phone, back before caller ID, and knew who it was.
Oh, wow, cool.
Like I am really good about voices. But yeah, this was just, I can't explain that one.
Wild. That's a great. I don't even know what that's called. Listeners, if you've ever had something break into your feed, please write in. Tell us about it. Tag Melissa Rowell in your email so I know that what you're talking about or what you're referencing. But if you have anything that you want to share, come on the show and talk to us about it. We'll get Melissa back on, or we'll get her to comment on it, or whatever. But this is a new thing. I like it. Wow. Heard it on the show first, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody breaks into your feed. What is that?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you about my big story.
Okay.
And that is.
This is the third act, ladies and gentlemen. The penultimate episode. Michelle, what is that word? Anyway, I can't. She's not here. She would penultimate. Yeah, that's it. It's the episode before the final episode.
Okay. I see. I'm learning something new today.
I can't even spell it.
So we moved to the Atlanta area from Polly's.
By the way, my cousin, who I love very much, lives like 12 minutes from me, and I don't see her enough. Call your cousins, call your family, spend time with your people, and remember the people at work are not your people, that you have family, that you have friends. Spend time with them. Okay. And I'm telling you that to tell myself that so we can hear it out loud. But we have been hanging out more than ever this year. So
we have more than ever.
There's an effort to that though, because I want that to happen.
Yes. But and I will say, now that we're of a certain age,
right,
a little bit older,
yeah,
and a little bit more, less kid involved. I'll say
they're not babies.
They're not babies,
right?
Things are a little bit easier. It's easier to get away and do things.
Yeah.
But it's also you start to at this stage of life, I think, miss those connections, and I miss my cousins.
And realize that's what life is about.
Yes.
It really is.
It is. And we have such a big family.
We have the best family. My gosh.
And we
love you guys.
And our cousins.
Oh my God.
I felt closer to you as a second cousin than I did, or third cousin, than I did to some of my first cousins growing up.
Megan, Kenny, Catherine Coleman, Baby Ronnie. I love you so much.
Baby Ronnie.
You guys are some of my favorite people in the whole world.
Yeah.
Aunt Louisa, I love you. I just want to say, Uncle Jim, Cousin Jim.
I know.
I call him Uncle Jim for my whole life, and then my dad's like, he's your cousin.
Well, you'll
like,
always
Jim.
be little Robert.
Uncle Jim.
So
that's
like,
right.
Baby Ronnie will always be Baby Ronnie.
Baby Ronnie, the man is 45 years old.
Isn't that old? He's not that old.
44?
He's younger than, I'm 45.
Is he younger than Walter?
Yes. He's younger than Walter. Yeah,
he's 43?
Yeah, maybe.
Baby Ronnie.
Baby Ronnie.
He's on my phone as Baby Ronnie.
I know. He's the best. Okay, so getting back.
Yes. Shout out to all you guys. Also shout out to Dave. Dave!
Dave's not here. Okay, so we moved from the Polly's area to Atlanta about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And
you moved to Roswell first.
Yeah. Well, we're at East Cobb. You're Roswell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, anyway, we moved, found a great house and great neighborhood, loved it, and I was, I think, about 16 weeks pregnant with our youngest when we moved into that house.
I love those kids.
So I spent
so much.
I spent the first year pregnant or with a newborn, and we're trying to get boxes unpacked and all that stuff, and
I remember
the twins
this
to
time.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
It was a lot. There was a lot going on. So there wasn't time, I guess, really to hear anything, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a lot going on for about the first year. A little bit after the first year, I started to hear things. I would think Dave was talking to me from downstairs.
Oh.
And come to find out he wasn't even in the house. And then he would think I was talking to him, and I was at the grocery store. We would hear voices, and we couldn't pinpoint them, couldn't find them. I would walk into our son's room to drop some laundry or do something, and I'd turn around, and the air conditioning wasn't on, there wasn't a fan on, but the fan pole was wildly swinging back and forth, and I didn't touch it, I wasn't anywhere near it, There was no breeze. There was no reason why it was moving. And it was hard to explain.
Yeah.
Right. So in my mind, I was like, I'm going crazy. I'm not sleeping. I'm still taking care of this baby, and I'm losing it a little bit. And you start to worry about that kind of thing. And right about that time, it was this was about a year after we moved, because it was Dave's 40th birthday, and we were going to have a little get together with some friends at our house, and I happened to be in our basement, and there's a bar down there. I had those little cocktail umbrellas, and I was popping them up and placing them on the bar. I was going to make a little arrangement with them or something.
Cool.
And I had them all lined up. They're all popped open, and all of a sudden, one in the middle shot off and went about a foot away. There's no breeze. There's nothing else happening. Nothing around it moved. And I said, oh, hell no. And I turned and I walked upstairs. And I was like, I am not doing this.
What time of day was it?
It was in the middle of the day.
Like daylight?
Yeah, daylight. No reason, right? And a couple more things started to happen like that. And then once I was going up the stairs, and I felt like something was chasing me, but there was nothing there, but I felt like something was coming after me.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I don't know what's happening, but it's just happening.
Something's chasing you up there, or hastening you up the stairs.
Yes.
Hastening you up the stairs.
It felt like, but
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
the only time it felt like
When
an aggressive presence.
When you reached the end of the stairwell, then it stopped?
Yes.
Was it just on the
It
stairs?
was just on the stairs.
Down and up?
No, on the way up.
Oh,
And
dude.
that was after
that feeling.
I know, and it was after that umbrella.
Because when somebody walks up a stairs with you, you can feel them back there.
Correct. Yes, and
Dude.
this was very much like a presence pushing.
Oh my
And
God.
I thought, I don't like this. And the more I ignored.
Like the feeling you get when someone's in a revolving door with you.
Yeah, the more I ignored, the louder it got.
But you can see them. You cannot see anything.
The louder it got, the more things would happen.
Wait, so the louder it got, like louder as in feelings, or you would hear steps with your steps?
No.
Okay, but
no,
feelings.
The more I ignored all of these little things, the more things started to happen.
Sure.
The bigger, like the umbrella thing was one of the last things. That was kind of like my straw.
Wow.
That was kind of the final straw. And I thought, I've got to do something. Like, I need to get this house smudged. Something's happening. So I was trying to figure out, like, how do I do this? Everybody's going to think I'm crazy. Like, there's something happening in this house, but I can't pinpoint it.
And your house is new, right? It's
It's as old as I am.
Okay, so
Yeah.
70s?
80.
Okay, 80s.
Yeah. So,
That's not old. That's not, I mean, for a house, it's not old.
well, listen.
In America, it is, I guess.
Listen. I can tell you with all the things that keep breaking. It feels very old right
I
now.
feel that. We
So-
need a new roof, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. I have all the things. I was like, we traded in
so
for
true.
a newer model? No.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I thought, all right, what am I going to do? And I got on Facebook. Mind you, this is like 10 years ago. And I kind of tried to do a little research, like what do I do here? And I finally made a post on kind of like a community moms board. And just said, has anybody dealt with anything like this? Like, I feel crazy. Has anybody maybe smudged their house or cleansed their house, like done anything? Like,
Worth a shot.
short of calling the priest.
Worth a shot.
I don't think that we need an exorcism. But I do
We're
feel
Episcopalian. I don't know if they'd come.
like... Well, yeah, exactly. It's worth a shot.
I don't know if they have a category for that. They'd be like, that's a Catholic thing. You need to
Call
maybe...
the Catholics.
I need a young priest and an old priest.
Right. So I ended up coming across, what is it? There's a bookstore in Atlanta. Is it called?
Is there an occult bookstore that you're talking about?
No.
There's one in Helen though that's really cool. I wish I could think of the name. I bought a bunch of Harry Potter stuff from there, but like, it was a really cool bookstore, and they serve tea and coffee. Michelle got some really great tea. What the heck is that place
It's called Phoenix and Dragon.
Oh, dude, bruh.
Okay.
I am aware.
Okay.
That store is cool. They have so many cool rocks. Oh my God. I love
So
that store.
I ended up, somebody
Yes.
suggested that to me and said,
Yes.
call them.
Okay.
And I said, all right, I got to start somewhere. So I called them. I ended up speaking with this lovely lady named Penny.
Phoenix and Dragon. You guys, what's up, you guys? Phoenix and Dragon. It's
And
on Russell Road.
It is on
It's
Russell
still there.
Road. And anyway, she
Crystal
was
blue
like,
and little 5
she said,
points.
I would love to come out and smudge your house and meet
Oh,
with
that's
you and
nice.
talk to you.
Okay.
And she was fantastic. She came out and we sat and we did a tarot card reading.
Nice.
And she told me, she said, I've seen your basement stairs before, and this refrigerator, and she said, I had a dream about it last night, and there was an Indian standing here with me, like begging me to help you. She was like, I've been here in my dreams last night. And I was like,
wait, so
that's wild.
your spirit is Native American?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Well, no, hold on.
According to the psychic.
No, there's more to this. I think that
medium. What did she call herself, by the way?
I
Did she say I'm a psychic or a medium?
no.
Okay. I'm a very spiritual person, she probably said.
No, and I'm trying to know. I think she was still very much on her journey of figuring out what
I'm gonna call Phoenix
was.
and Dragon. I'm gonna see if I can get her in here.
I'm gonna see if I can find her information.
If
for
you have her number, I would love to talk to her.
She was
fascinating.
really neat. But she basically
So she saw Native American. She saw your refrigerator and the stairs in your house in the dream before she came over.
Yes.
Okay. Then.
So she was like, it was like he was asking me to help. Like there was a need. Like there was, and she said this was like very apropos that this all lined up and happened.
Wow.
And I believe she came. I think I had talked to her. I didn't really tell her much of what was going on. She had the dream, and the next day she was there. We did, and we walked around, and she said, you have a portal. And I said, I'm sorry, a what?
Dude.
And she said, you have a portal in your basement, and it's like...
What in the Jack Osborne are we talking about here?
And I was like, has it been here forever? Because there have been multiple people who've lived here. And she said, no, that spirits are really just drawn to you, not necessarily places.
I mean, you have 4 kids.
Correct.
Women and women having babies, they can become more sensitive, and women can attract the spiritual things.
Correct.
This is a theory.
Yes.
And young girls as well, but also pregnant women, they're somehow beacons to things. Probably. And with all of the hormones and things going on, this is what I've read. This is a theory, and I don't know what it's called, but I've heard it. And also the young girls, and not okay, there's a theory that says poltergeists don't exist, that it's just young women going into puberty, and they're powerful. And if you don't think women are powerful, they fooled you.
Correct.
Okay? Because they run this world, ladies and gentlemen. They really do. But I'm just saying, maybe that portal has more to do with you than you know.
And
just because there's so many kids, and you were in that state for a period, and then enough to get good at it.
Maybe.
Right? And then God bless you.
Maybe.
It's a lot of kids all at once.
It was.
Yes.
But she basically said it's sort of like a portal people are coming in and out of. And I said, okay. I said, well,
wow.
I'd really love to close that.
Okay.
Because
and she said it's in the basement at the bottom of the stairs?
Well, she just not at the bottom of the stairs. She just said it was in the basement.
Do you go in your basement very much?
A little bit, yeah. I mean,
okay.
But and I
is there furniture down there? Is it like is there floor and everything else?
Yeah,
it's not dirt.
No.
Okay.
But she said they're drawn to energy. They're not drawn to places necessarily.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
Drawn to you.
That's what I was trying to say.
And I do, and I have been told through a couple of friends who do other things, like my crown chakra is like massive. Like so,
sometimes
I draw more spirit presence than most people. And
sometimes it's not a haunted place; it is a haunted person.
Correct.
In the haunted place.
Correct.
The place is haunted because of the haunted person in it,
right.
Having nothing to do with the place, and also when they leave the place is not haunted anymore.
Right.
And that is why people think that ghosts follow them, but anyway. I'm speaking out of school. I need to read a little bit more, but from what I've read, there's a connection.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is this? What did they say about your chakra? Who told you? What does your chakra do? What is that? Is this the same woman talking?
No,
okay.
No. But I have
fascinating.
I have a good friend who was getting her master in
Reiki.
Yes. Her level 3 in Reiki, and she needed somebody to work with, and she was like, your crown chakra is like through the roof. She was like, this is insane. Like you have such a large she was like, "Do you talk to people?" And I was like, "Yeah, kind of. I do."
Louisa has some powers.
Right.
Louisa has some things around her, and you're related to her.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
you know,
and it's
like,
weird because it's like,
I mean,
you know,
Aunt Louisa talks about it.
there are things that happen.
It's in your bloodline.
daily,
Yeah.
and I know who it is. And it's so random because and talking with this lady Penny, she said, you know, your ancestors are very strong. They're very with you.
Oh my gosh.
And you just call on them when you need something. And I thought, okay, well, how do you do that?
Whoa.
And she was like, you just talk to them. You know, like put out, if they like coffee, put out a cup of coffee. They appreciate the essence of something.
Right.
They can't enjoy it,
Right.
but they know that you did that for them. So
Like the apple in Pirates of the Caribbean.
right.
That was such a big deal to Barbosa. But
Right.
that's real life, though. That's a true thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so she said, put
yeah.
out a cup of coffee and
Yeah.
sit and talk and
Yeah.
say, you know, I'm having a hard time. You know, whatever it is. And they're there. They're rooting for you. They want to support you. Like all of your ancestors are there. And I thought, wow, I've got a lot of ancestors. This is
We
really
do.
cool. This is great.
We have a big family.
We have a huge family. And I thought there are all these people and grandparents. You know, I
Yes.
lost all of my grandparents by the
Same.
time I was 20.
Same.
So, or 22.
They're the
So-
same people, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
well, a couple of them.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
That's pretty cool.
But to this day, like 12:34 every day, I know it's my grandmother. Every day.
Wait, what? 12:34? What?
I just see the clock every day at 12:34, and I know it's her saying hi. So there are things that happen still to this day.
But she made that a thing for you in your
Yeah,
head or in
absolutely.
your soul.
Yeah, and it's not something that somebody had to tell me it was. It's just something you know it is.
12:34 in the afternoon or at night?
In the afternoon.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's just, but there are little things that happen, and they're okay. So you remember Pops, who
Sure. Oh
you
my
called
God.
Uncle Tom?
Oh my God.
Right? But
He
Pops,
was so awesome.
I can't even tell you what aftershave he wore, but I can.
It was Old Spice or Brute.
No, it was. It was probably more like
Old leather.
It was Old Man.
English leather.
But I will tell you, I have walked around grocery stores before.
High karate.
I've walked around grocery stores before and smelled him.
It's
And-
just
and
just
there's-
people from Florida.
No, and there's nobody there, Robert.
Oh wow.
Like, and I'll smell his aftershave, and I'm like,
He did love a good deal. He always started at the grocery store, just like my dad does, in the clearance section.
oh, 100%.
First aisle he hit
He
every
would also
time.
drive 10 miles to save 3 cents on the gas.
Handful of coupons in his pocket.
100%.
He had a whole box on the kitchen table,
Yeah.
and so does Dad.
Yeah, and they probably were bad coupons.
Now Rebecca steals all the good ones.
No, I'm saying Pops' were. But
She comes over and takes all Dad's goods. She goes through Dad's coupon box. He's like, she could do that. She takes all the good ones.
I'm sure. But literally, I've gone to
He
the
says
grocery
that he
store
cuts
before.
stuff up that he knows that she likes and puts them in there
That's
for
smart.
her.
So that she has something.
That's my dad.
But yeah, but I've literally chased through aisles trying to find the
Oh,
old man,
man.
wearing the.
So you can figure out what kind of cologne it was.
Well, there's that, but just trying to find it, and there's nobody around. There's
I
no
love
old
that.
man around,
I remember his house. I remember
and
so
so
many
it's
things.
like, you know, it's like he's saying hi, in a way.
Does
It's weird.
Does anybody have his golf bag or his clubs? Or where are those?
Oh, I don't know.
Man, I have my grandfather's golf clubs.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, so I want to get back to this Penny story.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Uncle Tom was amazing. Oh, we should do an Uncle Tom episode. We could just
There's
tell
too many
stories.
for that one.
He's so great.
There's
He was in his 80s? Was he 90?
He was well into his 80s. I almost left him on the side of the road once.
He
In the middle of South
he's-
Carolina
He
on the
said
way
he
to
would
the
not
beach.
go to a retirement home. He
No.
said absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I think they put him in when he left. He just walked out.
No, he was. Maybe. No.
He like bribed somebody and
He
they
went
drove
out
him
on
back to his
own
old
accord.
condo.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not doing this.
I don't think so.
He's a mess. All right, so yeah, there are a lot of stories there. But so this lady Penny came over. I said, let's cleanse this house.
Okay.
Let's shut this portal. And you know, and we did. And it
Wow.
was great.
How was that?
It was, I mean, smudging a house, you just go through and you know, go around all the mirrors.
She said words. She said
Yes.
words over you.
Yes, but in every room, we kind of windows, mirrors, doors.
Okay.
Kind of smudged
Salt?
around everything. No, with burning sage.
Okay.
And also kind of said things like, you know, let light in and please,
Yes.
please leave. And
You're not welcome here.
Yes, like thank you for your time, but please don't.
You have to
back.
move on.
Right, exactly. Things like that. I mean, this was 10 years ago.
Nicely.
I can't remember.
Nicely.
Very nice things. I can't remember what all was said. But she did tell me we have a very long sunroom that's full of windows on the back of our house.
Okay.
It's 25 feet long by like 10 feet deep, right? So it's a bit, and it's all windows. So it's lots of light. And that was where our playroom was. And all of the toys were in this room with all of this light.
That's an awesome playroom.
Oh, it's amazing. And she said that there was an old couple
Wait,
that liked
what?
to sit and watch my children play.
No.
And I said,
Oh my gosh.
as much as I love that, I would really like them to move on. Because I don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are,
I
but
don't know
that's
who
so
they are.
sweet.
And I know that they love to watch.
I'm glad
them,
they're still
and
together.
I'm glad that their energy and their spirit is together. But I'd like them to find somebody else to watch.
Another place to go. Maybe a bench in a park somewhere.
Right, something else.
Can we take you there?
So they very nicely moved on. Everything was closed up.
Okay.
There was never another
Oh my God, it worked.
there was never another voice that was unaccounted for. There was never another thing that moved that we couldn't figure out why. There was nothing after that. But she did say
Wow.
they have gotten louder and more pushy because they know you hear them and you're ignoring them, and they don't like that. So if you ever do hear something, pay attention to it because it's somebody trying to get your attention for a reason. And so to this day, I don't ignore things anymore if they do happen, and sometimes things kind of cross through a little bit. And some of them you can't explain, but you just sort of use your intuition and go, oh, okay, that's this relative trying to tell me something, or this is somebody saying, hey, let's not leave right now. And then you find out, a few hours later there was an accident on your route, and you're like, oh, okay, that's why I had that gut feeling of I don't need to leave right now. So there are still things that happen, but I don't ignore them like I used to. So it's not like anybody's screaming at me.
Well, because Louisa has similar comments and similar statements, but she has made a point to not acknowledge and ignore, and
Right.
they have increased.
Well, that's what happens.
She says sometimes it's really powerful, and she can just feel it.
Well, because they're mad. They want you, or they're frustrated.
Maybe-
Maybe not mad. That might be a bad word for ghost.
Yeah.
Frustrated. They're frustrated that you're not listening.
And she catches glimpses, like photographs, and they're premonitional, like glimpses. And then somebody will wear a dress, or somebody will be wearing colors that she saw the night before, and she's like, I don't want this. Like I don't want to deal with this.
I know. Mine are
Stop,
more.
right? And it's like, it's not going to stop, especially if you don't lean into it a little bit and at least go, all right.
Yeah.
Because they're not focused powers.
Right.
It's scary.
It's very peripheral.
You have to kind of like go, all right, I
and
see you, I hear that.
Feel
Okay.
like the more you try to drill into it and pay attention to it, it's almost like vaporizes.
She said it has gone. It's been less since she's gotten older.
Yeah.
Like into her golden years, it's gotten less, and she says that it's left her alone a little bit more.
That's good.
But before, especially when there were kids and babies and all kinds of things happening, young life, beginning life, she was very aware of things.
Yeah.
And was not happy about it.
Right. No, you're not. I mean, like I'll have dreams.
It scared her. Yeah.
That people die.
Oh.
And then they do.
Oh God.
And which is, and I haven't had that many.
That's also intuition, though.
It
you
is.
can see the things between the lines sometimes.
It is, but like I had a dream. Okay, 2 of my kids had the same first grade teacher. Over different years, but I had the same first grade teacher. I had a dream that she died, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We were on a break, and I think my neighbor her daughter had her that year. And I said something to her, and I said, oh my gosh, I had a dream that she died. And she goes, Melissa, you've got to be kidding me. Her mom died last night. And so it's like Sometimes it's
She
just
like
off the
reached
mark.
out to you in the ether, or you felt her.
It's just off the mark.
You felt her.
But it's like, but why would I dream about her dying?
Because she was in a lot of pain, and she sent stuff out, and you picked up on it.
I guess.
Right.
But I mean,
You didn't know what it was, but
No,
you were
I
like, "What?"
didn't.
And
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was off the mark,
It was
but
off
it's
the mark.
still
But
still
like-
in the ether out there.
right.
Yeah.
But the night my grandmother died, I knew she died. I was
Tell that
6 years old.
Tell that story. That's a
was
good one too. I
6
remember
years old.
this.
And she was sick. I mean, she'd had emphysema for gosh, most of my life. I mean, my memories of her with a 6-foot oxygen tank strapped to her.
I remember.
Everywhere she went. So
I remember going to see her, and she was always in bed.
yes.
Yeah.
And so I knew she was worse. I knew she was ill. And I was at a sleepover with some friends for a birthday party. And I remember watching the grandfather clock all night. And I remember hearing it chime. I remember just watching it and knowing my grandmother was dead, that she had just died. And I thought, why would I think that? And the next morning, my uncle from the other side of the family picked me up and took me home and told me that she had passed away. And I thought, but I already knew that.
Did you tell him that?
I don't remember.
But it was information you already had.
It was information I already knew.
Right. Yeah.
To my core. And I couldn't explain.
At 6.
Yeah, I couldn't explain why I knew that information. And maybe it was because she'd been sick all my life and I knew it was towards the end.
Your subconscious was preparing your
possibly
brain for that.
But yeah, it's wild how that kind of works. And I've done it with a few other people too, and it's a little creepy. I don't like it. So when I have dreams that something happens to somebody, I immediately call them the next day and go, "Hey, everything okay? You good? How are things going?"
Go to the doctor, talk to them.
Or like,
have you talked to a cardiologist?
Don't leave your house today.
God.
It's kind of weird, but
you
like
call me if you
person.
call me. Listen, you call me. You tell me if something you hear something.
You let me know.
You let me know. I will not take that flight. I will.
Right.
I will just change my flight. I will. Why not? What have we got to lose?
Correct.
Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
No.
You call me.
Yeah,
Promise?
I promise I'll call you.
Okay.
But that hasn't happened as much lately, thankfully. But it's one of those things that really kind of makes you question everything.
Dad loved your grandmother so much, and he talks about her all the time.
Yeah.
He still talks about her.
I wish I had more memories of her.
He loved her so much. The many stories.
Yeah. Yeah. She was a hoot.
Rest in peace.
She was a hoot.
She
And
was
she
neat.
she hated to be photographed. So almost every photo of her tongue is sticking out, or she's like, she's making a face, or she's doing something.
That's why I have those pictures of Janet, but they're rare. I didn't know that.
Right.
I just like taking pictures, but I love her so much. So of course I took pictures, but Rebecca and Walter are like, put the camera down. Like I remember them being mad at me for taking so many pictures, but I never get
some of those pictures.
We had a whole house of our family. I knew how special that was.
Correct.
And I wanted pictures of everybody.
And listen, some of those pictures are the best pictures we have. You know what I mean?
It's one of the best pictures ever taken.
Yeah, the one of Janet smiling. Yeah. She was one of my favorite people ever.
She's so amazing.
She was. And Elaine.
Yeah. I have
one
some
of my
great,
favorite.
I have some great,
my favorite
some great pictures of her too. I need to get a file and make sure you have all these pictures as well. I need to make sure you have them all. They were so great. We have such great family.
We do,
and we need to see them more.
But it's nice because it's a lot,
and not just funerals. We have to get together, happy times.
But it's the stories and the lessons. Even we had the ghost stories, right?
Yeah.
We had the teasing, we had the taunting.
Well,
but
they're scary stories.
Yes, but the good stories, or the funny relative stories, like those two, I treasure.
I like all the baby Ronnie stories of all the crazy stuff he did as a kid. I have so many. I have so many stuff that Elaine would be like, "Oh well, he did." You won't believe what. Anyway, another episode. We're gonna have Baby Ronnie on here. He lives in New Orleans now.
Yeah. Oh, talk about stories down there. Yeah.
I'm sure that.
But I'm sure Savannah was full of.
Absolutely.
Full of stories.
Yeah.
And it was kind of neat because Dave and I did end up getting engaged in Savannah,
Good.
in front of the fountain at Forsyth Park.
I know where that is.
Correct.
What? That's the gorgeous fountain.
Yeah, right in front of the Armstrong house, right?
He asked you to marry him there?
And at the fountain, but it was right in front of the Armstrong house, and which was the house that my great grandfather, your great grandfather, came over to master plaster from England.
That
I did
fence,
not
the ironwork,
realize
the
that.
ironwork is still there. The fence that he built is still there.
I did not realize that that was the house
Oh,
until later, and I thought, how cool is that? That we did that there.
Dad has those plaster casts on the wall.
Yes.
And he's got the casts for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so cool. We've been in Savannah for the last 3 generations.
Yeah.
We have people in all those cemeteries.
Yeah. But you know what's really neat is, Hester
Yeah.
ended up there after Oklahoma.
Right.
And so she was an Oklahoma Sooner. Her mom died, and her father shipped her to Jacksonville to be finished, which is where she met our great grandfather. And then they moved to Savannah.
I need more of these. I need more of that. I don't know all that. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Um,
And that was the beginning of our Savannah.
what? That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. The dad's been to all those locations. One time we went on a tour and we went to all the addresses that were in the records. He had a list of all these addresses where our relatives had lived,
Right.
and some of them are just like woods. There's no house there anymore,
Okay.
which is weird because there's so much development.
Right.
But
It's definitely not the same.
yeah, no. So after the smudging with Penny, that was the end.
That was the end. That
Wow.
was kind of it. And then she did come back a couple of different times and do tarot card readings. Just, and she had told me, she said, you're gonna, and this is 10 years ago, she said, you have education happening. And I went, okay. I'm like a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 little kids,
I mean, you have a harder job than most.
But I was like,
You're a taxi
okay.
service.
And she's going, no, there's education in your future. And I thought, am I going back to school?
Okay.
She was like, no, I don't know, but I keep seeing there's education. There's more education. And I said, okay. Well, now I went back and worked in special ed, in the public school system, and now
Bless you.
Now I'm a kindergarten para.
Love it.
That I've done that for the last couple of years. So I thought, oh, okay, well there it is. That's the education piece, I guess she was talking about.
I was a pre-K teacher, and then I did after school for years until I couldn't afford to be a teacher anymore without getting a degree.
Right.
But I love it. I still see those faces. I still see those.
Oh
kids.
yeah, they ingrain themselves in your heart, and you don't think you have any more room for anybody else.
They were my babies.
And
for that year of their lives, they were my kids.
Listen, seeing our
they're
kindergartners from
my
last year
kids
and getting hugs from these first graders
Yes,
this year,
yes.
it's the most fulfilling thing because they are just so full of love and happy to see you, and it is just like, oh, it's the sweetest thing. And you know what's crazy?
I miss it.
It's the most difficult ones that come back and hug you that bring you the most joy. Because you're like, oh my gosh, we struggled all year just getting you in the classroom and unpacked.
There are no bad kids, just bad adults.
Correct. Well, and it just, I think
just bad parents. I'm just kidding.
I think it was more of the situation, right? They were young. They really weren't ready to be there. They really wanted to be with their mom. They really had a difficulty with whatever separation, right?
Right.
And kind of, had little meltdowns or this, that, or whatever, and it was more of a struggle to handle that. They were not the easy kids, but those kids are more fulfilling in a way because you're like, oh, look at the success. Look at where you've grown to. Look at what you've become. Look at how
it's like
you just feel so much pride.
It's like power steering. The power steering fluid's a little low on this one,
right?
And I'm gonna have to really keep it on the road. But we are not going in that ditch.
We're not. We're gonna make it.
And I don't care if you don't like me for a time period.
Correct.
But
then they love you.
You will realize that you cannot behave this way. Correct. And then if you want to go to recess, then you need to do what I ask you to do.
Right.
And I'm not here to make your life bad. I'm here because I care about you.
Correct.
And I want to make your life better, but life isn't always fun, and we have to figure that out.
Right.
But there's
Sometimes we have to do the work.
There's more fun coming.
Right.
Today.
Right.
But you just have to get there.
Correct.
If you want to go, you need to
Correct.
listen and pay attention.
I know.
To do this work.
I know. It's good though. But yeah, no, it's fun.
I miss it. I'm so glad you're doing it. Good.
I know. No, it's great. It's very fulfilling.
Lucky. I'm jealous.
And then I still get the same schedule as my kids, so I get to be with them too.
That's
so
brilliant.
Great.
Yes.
But
I had teachers that had their kids in my classroom, and for free.
Yeah.
And it was, my the art teacher at camp, all her kids were in my camp group. For years, and they aged out of my group, but I'm like, whatever. Come on, yeah. You're in my group still. But she wouldn't have been able to make money. She had all those kids in her house, but she would come do art at camp, and then Jana, I love you. But she would just bring them all to school, or bring them all to camp, and then she's making money,
right? And
then she also had her kids, or we had her kids together.
Hey, listen, man, you gotta make things work.
His kids are 30 now. It's crazy when I see them.
I know. Well, it's so Penny told me I was gonna something about education, and we did at one point. I had a couple friends come over and she did readings for them as well, and it was kind of funny because these kids were all toddlers at the time, and now they're all in middle school. Is that right? Yeah, they're all in middle school. They were all like 3, 4. Now they're all in 8th grade, 7th grade, 5th grade. And some of the things that she told them are starting to come true, and it's kind of weird to watch because she didn't meet the kids, she didn't know the kids,
right?
But yeah, she was a cool chick. So Penny, if you're out there, thanks.
I'm gonna call you, Penny. You have come on the show. Tell us about being Penny.
yeah, she's pretty cool. I really liked her. Her energy was really good. And I very
Phoenix and the Dragon.
I very much pick up on people's energy. Like, I either I'm like, oh, you're good people, or oh, you're not, and I'm gonna steer clear.
Yeah.
But
I don't have time for.
But
I can see him coming.
She had great energy.
I wish people had colors and you could just see it on their face, like little like.
Well, I think we do, right?
I don't like this person.
But some of us can't see it.
Right.
Right.
Or their aura.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We all have the colors, but I can't see it. But I can feel.
I just listen to what people say beyond their words.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you're hearing them.
Listen to people's behavior because they are telling you exactly who they are.
Yeah, 100%.
All the time.
Yeah.
And no matter what if they apologize, if they say, "Oh, I was wrong," it's like, yeah, but you still did it in the first place, and why? And then forgive.
They wanted to.
Forgive people. Forgive people.
Yeah.
No one's perfect, but then also know people, and then some people just are toxic. You don't have to be around any of those people. There are so many people in the world. If they're not your children, you don't have to be around them.
Right. Yeah.
You don't owe them anything.
Yeah, believe them when they tell you, and don't be surprised.
If they show you their colors, you better look at those flags flying, and that's them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, those are my stories.
I love it. I'm so glad, Melissa. I'm so glad we talked about doing this.
Yeah.
And you're like, me? Really? I'm like, yes, come on my show. And you're like, all right. So I was like, really? But I'm so glad that we got to do this.
And I hadn't even really told you much about it all. I just told you I had some. So I feel like this might have been a little bit of a shock for you today.
No, this is great. And it's completely believable though.
Yeah.
That that you have the same energies that Louisa has dealt with, and you've leaned into yours a little bit better, probably to the positive of it.
Well, I think for me,
instead of just being frightened of it,
right?
But I think it's good.
It was you can either run from it and they get louder, or you embrace it to the point you're comfortable with and believe it for what you want to believe it for, and then it's more manageable, and that's just kind of where I've settled.
Wise words, ladies and gentlemen. Melissa Rowell, thank you so much for coming on the show. I love you, cousin.
I love you, Lil
I need hands, cousin. I need hands. I love you.
I love you too.
Good to see you.
You too.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right. That was another great episode and another family episode, which is cool. So maybe I can get my dad on here. We'll see. Yeah. So I want to go back and talk about a little bit about the fact that I think that sometimes there are haunted places and haunted people. So sometimes it's not the place that's haunted necessarily, but it's the person who lives there that it's haunted. And then if they go somewhere else and that place is also haunted, then again, you should look back at the most common denominator involved, and that is the person. So maybe that person's haunted before the places are. And I'm not saying that they're not haunted places. I mean, Gettysburg is definitely a haunted place, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That might be a thing. And I think it's interesting that um, my Aunt Louisa and my cousin Melissa, same bloodline, so maybe the gifts that they have are like shared and passed down, like hereditary. That it's in the genes. It's all hereditary. Um, yeah, yeah, I don't know. So, uh, thank you for listening. I appreciate it, Melissa. Thanks for coming on the show and hanging out with me. Hooray for cousins! um, Whenever I say hooray for cousins, I'm specifically talking about my cousins, Catherine and my cousin Melissa, and some of my favorite people. Um, my cousin Ronnie, absolutely, and my cousin Jim, and James, and Daniel, all those guys. Awesome. Um, Cousin Bess. I got some great family members. Such great family members. So, folks, thanks for listening. If you have had your own paranormal experience and wish to share it with the show, please write into paranormalrecordpodcast@gmail.com. My name's Rob Constantine. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for the support. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Please follow us. I've got plenty more where this came from. And I'm going to keep doing this. So keep listening. And thanks for being part of my Paranormal Nation. Y'all take care. Good night.